If you've ever watched a film so bad it triggered your autistic rage, please click the subscribe button.
Today I'm going to talk about a film that really fucking irritated me.
By irritated, I mean triggered.
The filmmakers were so lazy. They didn't bother doing very, very simple things that would have massively improved the quality of the film. There's actually a scene where they tell you how shit they are at making films, and they actually draw your attention to it.
The footage is shit.
The reason that I was interested in this film is because I thought the premise, the plot idea was quite good. And basically what it is like a cryptozoologist and his wife, who is a wannabe TV producer, and he has this lifelong obsession with a mythical creature called the Thunderbird. They've made a pilot episode of a Monster Quest style TV series which they pitched to a TV executive in what looks like the fucking back office of a bar. Or there's much worse stuff, and I'll get onto that in a minute.
The footage is shit.
And he turns it down, so they decide to make the series themselves, and they con a bunch of people into helping them out. They hire 2 filmmakers, a army medic, a obviously insane hunter who's going to be the guide, and a stripper who is apparently a zoologist or some shit. Needless to say, things go horrifically wrong and everyone dies. Even the stripper in a sports bra, and none of it's interesting. Unless you think inept is interesting. Before that, there's an hour of walking around, and none of it's interesting. It's only 77 minutes long, and it's so technically and artistically poor that it's exhausting to watch.
The footage is shit.
Making films in the woods is one of the fucking laziest things you can do. Unless you're the Blair Witch Project, unless you've got a really strong reason, which this kind of does, but they don't utilise that. They don't exploit that enough. So the thing that irritated me the most,
by irritated I mean triggered,
is just the sheer laziness. I don't even think you can say, oh, we didn't have the money to do this or that. It's just fucking laziness. So they're going on an expedition in what I'm guessing is like, I don't know, the Ozarks.
But they're wearing dungarees, street clothes, a sports bra, and carrying umbrellas in the fucking wilderness, and it's pouring down with rain, and they're in the wilderness with umbrellas. Did they not think about lightning? And it's supposed to be a days-long expedition, and only 3 of the 7 people have packs. And 2 of those packs are those stupid metal frame monstrosities from the 70s.
And I'm thinking, how fucking difficult would it have been to borrow 3 more decent rucksacks from your family? From your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best mate? It's just so fucking lazy. 2 of these characters are supposed to be filmmakers, film crew, and they've got this shitty Olympus camera from fucking, I don't know, 2004. And this is like their main camera, and they're supposed to be like professional filmmakers. It costs like, what, $50, £50 to rent like a proper camera for a couple of days. The acting shit. Every single person, particularly the wife, she's really fucking bad. I mean, like, just obnoxious to watch. Like some stripper who's supposed to be like a PhD student. She's wearing a hoodie initially, and then like they decide, oh shit, she's a fucking stripper. We've obviously paid her a few quid. She needs to like kind of be a bit more revealing, and for no like appreciable reason, she's all of a sudden in a sports bra. Which, I mean, I guess that's like an attempt at production value. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a particular scene in the film.
Well, I mean, we can brighten it up in post.
The lighting is off. How can you not see how bad that looks?
I thought it looked all right.
Filmmaker characters explain that they haven't brought equipment along with them.
Fuck it. Get the bounce board.
Well, we don't have a bounce board. And what good would it do anyway?
What?
We were never told to bring one.
Wait. You didn't bring a bounce board because you weren't told to bring a bounce board. Is that what you're saying?
Supposed to be like an in-joke.
How can you not see how bad that looks?
But I think it also draws the viewer's attention to the fact that the filmmakers knew what they should have been doing. And that's the reason that I fucking hate this film. Is these people These filmmakers knew what they should have done. They knew the mistakes that they'd made, and they didn't bother correcting them. And that is unforgivable.
How can you not see how bad that looks?
It looks like shit. It's so badly exposed
The footage is shit.
and then graded in such a way that it compounds the underlighting of every fucking shot in this film.
The footage is shit.
I guess on some occasions they were going like day for night, but none of it works.
How can you not see how bad that looks?
I have 2 films on Amazon. Links are in the description. The first one, Remnants of a Disaster, is in some ways comparable to Beasts of the Field, except I spent a lot of time trying to mitigate the mistakes and shortcomings. And the lessons I learned, I applied to the other film, which is called Tone Death. And I think that is a good film. It stands up with anything else in terms of character and story.
I thought it looked alright.
On headphones, you can hear everything that's fucking wrong. They've recorded the dialogue in stereo as well, so it's kind of like it should be in the center of the stereo field, and it's panned off badly, so it's kind of lilting to the left, which is tiring to listen to, and you notice that straight away with the opening music. There is actually a composer credited, but like the music throughout the film is fucking terrible, and it's irritating, and they've done it to cover up the fact that they couldn't be bothered to do any kind of sound design. If you watch like 10 seconds of an interview with Robert Rodriguez or John Carpenter, although I'm not a massive fan of him, Wes Craven, they basically tell you how to do really cool shit in films for no money. You've got the Blair Witch Project, that cost $30,000. It made $20 million because the filmmakers knew what they were doing. And they crafted their films. They identified that their shortcomings could be their strengths.
How can you not see how bad that looks?
But the cunts that made this film thought they could get away with it because literally anyone can put a video on Amazon Prime.
If you've seen Beasts of the Field and think I'm being overly harsh, or if you agree, let me know in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe if you found this content in any way informative, entertaining or useful.